Obama was our opioids. Hey, yo, I watched that interview the other day. I was like, young. After like recapping that shit the other day, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, a part of me don't blame Kim Kardashian for like not. I mean, she doing too much with the way she doing, but for just leaving that nigga in general. Like, I mean, yeah, like couple years ago, that nigga was real life, just like out here just wilding. Ran for president. He held a political press conference, like crying, like I almost killed my daughter. My dad almost killed me.
I mean, what are you trying to get at with it? Like, she should, like, she left an unstable person.
Nah, just more so like that shit embarrassing in general. Just like
To him?
To her. Like for you to be with someone and they just like going on tirades like that, it's like you connected to me type shit.
Oh, I get what you saying. Like, you feel like that was low key affecting her brand type shit.
Yeah, like to it, yeah, like that's her man.
It wasn't.
That's her man. Probably not her brand, but just like it just levels to the shit. Like she just probably emotional about it, just sitting there thinking like, "This my man."
I mean,
everyone's
definitely
clowning him.
I mean, definitely, bro. Like,
I still gotta hold his hand.
how you think fucking Will Smith family felt watching the nigga get clowned? Like, anybody getting clowned on social media, it's funny until it's not funny.
It's funny until you know them.
I mean, even if you know him, that shit might be funny.
Nah, for real.
Hey, but welcome back to another episode of the Slct podcast. It's your boy Joe, and I'm here.
Some guy in the mall. What's good, y'all?
And it's episode 6, baby. For the
Coming
6th
through.
week in a row.
Back at it again.
We gotta have get some cookies and shit and say congratulations.
I know, right? Have a little
Pat
classroom
ourselves.
party. Cut slices of pieces up in the floor.
We gonna order from Pizza Movers. That shit used to be so. Oh my fucking gosh! Like, you just knew, like, growing up in the hood, like around like C or Landover, PG, for the most part, if you had a pizza party, Pizza Movers is coming with some nasty ass pizza. With the pizza, it was what it was, but it was like.
I was gonna say, in that moment though, shit, you fucking with it. Teacher turned the lights off. They done wheeled in the TV.
Yeah, hey, that's one thing. We real life was the last ones to experience.
Yeah,
what
for
it,
real.
The American dream, like, because we was born in one America and transitioned to a new America, so it's like we're currently adults in New America, but had floppy disks and fucking shit like that. Like,
we're officially old. I remember the days.
Like, we real life had a Walkman. Like, you real life had a fucking cassette tape and you put it in. Like, that's the shit that we had to do. We had to manually rewind a whole tape back. You know what I'm saying?
I never carried a tape player, like a Walkman or anything.
Like,
I always I had the CD players.
Bro, I had
the
all that
big ass flat jump. That was my first portable device when it came to music. For sure. Yeah. That shit would have been cool though, because we definitely had a lot of tapes that we just played on the sound system that I enjoyed a lot.
The best part about, like, growing up for me, and the worst part, like, I can't even lie, like, this shit was annoying, but I appreciate it now as my adult self. Rewinding a movie just to watch it from the beginning, and you low key watching the movie in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, I'm glad that's a thing in the past. I can't lie. I cannot lie. Especially when it's a long ass movie. And your cassette player only does like, you can't like 6 or 8 time it or no shit like that. Like, it probably was just maxed out at the time. Like, you could probably only do 4 times.
Yeah, four was like standard for a while.
Yup, gotta sit here for 10, 5. It felt like 10 at the time. It was probably like 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely like 6, 7 minutes tops. But motherfucking, hey, I mean, nigga, you working for this movie and you get to reap the reward. Like everything back like when we was growing up, you had to work for it. And it's like the more and more we like get to the future, we becoming Wally, bro.
You said we become a who?
Like you ever seen the movie Wally?
Oh yeah.
Like just robots coming to feed you and shit like that. Like motherfuckers real life lazy to the point to where they having, hey, Alexa, turn the air on. It's like, bro, get your ass up and go turn that shit on, bro. It's not that hard. Even though it's essential and I get it, and it is a market for it, but at the same time, it's like, what is it? What is stopping you from just doing that? Like,
some IoT devices.
you real life had to go fuck with CO2 like gas emissions and shit to build all of these products just so niggas could be lazy. Like motherfuckers real life went through the time to invent this thing to create the algorithm and everything for lazy people.
It's just the natural progression of technology. Like it. I don't want to say that though. I don't want to say that. That sounds. I don't like that. I guess it's just the route we're following, but it seems like the natural progression because it's like technology makes shit easier. Technology helps you make more advanced technology to make more technology that makes things easier. So
yeah, definitely. Just imagine. Matter of fact, it was a thing. Like before our time a little bit, like it was actually a thing where offices and pretty much any like any place that had to store data, they had to do it on paper, and the storage of data back in the day was a real fucking problem. Like it was non-existent. Like to find like your bank, that shit was all files were paper files. Just imagine that. Like all of the transactions going. Like just imagine if Amazon had to keep all of they probably do, but like.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying,
it's a
like,
whole fucking. You would have to buy a building just to house all of those paper
literally.
Transactions recorded.
And I appreciate technology for that and communicating and like being able to seeing the world for what it is. Even VR to a certain extent, like I appreciate these things. It's just when people just be making anything like just to be lazy. It's like, bro, come on now. But you know what I do appreciate? I appreciate drinks getting stronger and stronger. 10, 15 years ago, I wouldn't have found this can. Even though I wasn't legal to drink, but I was drinking. This can right here, it's getting me fucked up. Just this one can, like, I would have had to drink like 2 or 3 of these. This would have been a female drink, but this will put any man in his ass.
Cut water.
Come in different flavors.
Keep it up.
Get the peach, mango, strawberry, the lime, margaritas. Hey, they even got like rum. They got like different types of like actual like alcohol, like.
Wait, actual alcohol or like a margarita, like rum flavored, infused?
It's like margaritas and certain type of drinks, and like they even got like vodka and salsa, like type shit like that. So it's like they got different type of drinks. So
they hitting all corners.
Yeah, if you want some rum, they got the rum mixed drinks. You want some vodka, they got the vodka. You want the tequila, you go get the tequila. I haven't seen any like cognac or like Hennessy type shit, And this is not a paid advertisement, by the way. We just generally fuck with the shit.
You just fuck with shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I put on.
Hey. I put on for my city, bro.
That song. If you wasn't putting on for your city before, that song, like.
it is still something in you, like, yo, you got a purpose in life.
That shit, like, nigga, you came from insert city.
you know, like, I got this idea of like creating the DMV movie. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe a life story or maybe just somebody's story in the time in the era that we grew up type shit. It could be before us or whatever, but I wanna have the go session at fucking like 8 o'clock is happening on 95.5 whatever 93.9. But you remember like when they used to call in and you used to get the stamp.
Yeah.
And what's your name? And tell me who's your crew. Tiana, Brittany, Jonna, yeah, and the whole Family Heights. Oh, Brianna. Oh, Family Heights. Hey, that shit right there, it hits different. Like when I hear that shit, and tell me who's your crew.
I haven't heard that shit in so long. Do they still do that?
I couldn't tell you, bro.
Yeah.
I do not listen to the radio.
The radio is just ad land.
And the radio is, they could blame themselves for that shit. They realize let the record labels dictate what they play on certain stations and shit. So it's like everything's the same. Like back in the day, like everything was the same to a certain extent, but you can nowadays when you turn to certain stations, they're playing the same songs.
Yeah, for the most part.
And it's almost seemed like fucking fake.
Cause I definitely remember cruising through the radio as a child, and like there was always music on. There was always music on, and there was always like different music. Like you go to one joint, you hear Ludacris. You go to one joint, you hear Vanessa Carlton, 1,000 Miles. I remember hearing that shit on the radio. That's when that song became my song for real.
Bro, 95.5 played and 93.9 played certain pop songs, bro. Like that's why I found it so hard to believe. Like 2010, 2009, when it just like if you a thug, you can't listen to no other music but trap. Or if you was like a street nigga, you couldn't listen to no other music but trap, bro. Like niggas realized I was getting pussy because they listened to Gucci Mane or they rap Waka Flocka song from start to finish. Like that's how it was, bro.
That is how it was. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Like just imagine pulling up, playing some motherfucking Gucci Mane and shit. And the bitch fuck you because you listen to Gucci Mane, like
Persona.
Gucci Mane gave a lot of niggas the assist. It happened for dudes our age, but the dudes like 2-3 years
Hell yeah.
older than us, they definitely benefited because I don't know why the shit.
We were driving when Gucci Mane came out.
Oh yeah, and you had dreads with fitteds in the back of your.
You was fucking bitches.
You
Hands
was
down.
slaying bitches.
You was doing that shit.
And I used to, the niggas that had the dreads, they was like, yeah, I'm getting dreads. And then they was like, I'm gonna dye the tip of my dreads blonde. And then it was like, if any nigga that dyed the tip of their head blonde, bro, they was getting bitches, bro. It was just like, bro, like, what the fuck? And I remember like the Muslim phase in the DMV.
I dyed my tips blonde. That shit.
But you ain't get no bitches though.
Nah, that shit. I don't even know. I want to try to like think back to see what made me or what influenced me to do that, but I think
what grade was this?
7th grade.
Yeah, I do not remember you
I
doing
dyed my tips blonde in 7th grade, and I wasn't fucking with that shit. I cut them off. That's when I had cut my hair. It was the first time I ever cut my hair, and that shit grew back fast as shit.
Damn, that's crazy.
Nah, but yeah, niggas definitely was on the Muslim phase. But before the Muslim phase, it was the Arab flag that people just had. Like niggas just had it. It was just like the checkerboard flag.
I mean, that wasn't
like
really
the frills
like,
at the end.
Yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about. Like it was like a Gucci or like a Louis Vuitton. Like it's like the like the style that the Arabs wear, but it wasn't like the actual one. And then like everybody ripped it off type shit. So it was like niggas had to walk around with fucking turbans and shit.
Them joints was selling like hotcakes at
And then niggas didn't even put them around their head. They just wrapped them around like
yeah.
fucking neck like a big ass bib. I'm a bandit.
Yeah, shit was popping at the time.
Nigga walking around looking like hood, gun smoke and shit. You ever seen Gunsmoke?
Nah.
Have you ever
Oh, you talking about the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten to like old
I don't
Western?
know why, but you was talking about a movie. Old Western movies?
No, I'm just saying like just shows, even movies, like any westerns. Have you ever gotten to any of them?
Not really. My mom was a big fan of Clint Eastwood movies, so I watched those. Like I personally took a liking to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That was a really good movie. Long ass movie.
My favorite western show was Maverick. You might not know, but like my parents was born in the early '60s, and like my dad, mom, she was born in the '30s, so it's like, and they still alive, so it's like, and anything from the '30s to now, I'm like,
It's just been carried over.
yeah, it's just been carried over, and that's why I really appreciate. Like, I remember chilling like with my dad, mom's, and then she just like watching these fucking movies and shit, and it's like I go home, and I see my mom and my dad watching it because they watched it with their parents and shit, and it's just like now I'm watching fucking Albert and Costello from the fucking 20s and shit, like. And I'm pretty sure like most of our generation, they got a certain part of that, but a lot of people like in our area specifically, they didn't get that shit, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, a lot of niggas in our area didn't get that shit, and definitely, if you under 23, you probably goddamn sure didn't get that shit. If you're under 23, you probably can't even remember a time where you didn't have a phone in your hand. I think that's safe to say, because under 23 is what? You were born in the 2000s?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, under 23, you would have been born 1999 or
2000.
Yeah, 2000. So, I mean, if you were born 1999, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you grew up before you had a cordless phone.
Yeah, especially if you have siblings.
Yeah, if you had siblings then.
Especially older siblings, to be more specific.
But if you like the firstborn in like 90, bro, you don't know what the fuck is going on.
At that point, I feel like actually now that we just said that shit, I feel like that should be a rule. Like if you were born in 1999, you can only say you a 90s baby if you have a sibling that that was born like 1996 or later, because you can't.
I'm gonna say.
And I was about to push that shit back. I was like more so 93, because even so 96, like you're only like what 4 years old.
You a little ass kid too.
Yeah.
Even though I was born 96, like.
Yeah, I was born in 96, and I remember a lot of that shit. But a lot of that could be said is I remember that shit because of my older siblings. Like there's no saying to say that. And of course, like my older siblings were my best friends as kids, so
yeah.
Of course they're gonna have that influence on me.
Me personally, I remember me before the 2000s. Like I remember little shit that happened. I remember like my house and shit. Like I remember watching TV. Jerry. Hey, bro, I forgot who the fuck I was talking to, but I was like, yo, it's so crazy how like TV was a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like you can anybody your parents couldn't worry like you watching TV. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe certain things, but like TV was family friendly. You know what I'm saying? And then like one day the shit, Rahad, I forgot his name. It's like this like he correspondent on Fox News now. Rojado. I'm feeling.
I want to see something about Geraldo, but that's
no.
That's an old reporter.
His name is Geraldo or some shit like that.
You right. I think I'm just like idiotically pronouncing it wrong,
bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
that
name
that
is
guy,
Gerardo.
that guy. Nah, it might be pronounced.
Gerardo.
Yeah. And I'm just on some American boy shit.
But this guy right here, he was like the originator of toxic TV.
Hey yo, did you ever see the report? I forgot. I think it was either El Chapo or Al Capone's vault. This nigga had like this 1 hour special, like, yeah, we cover Al Capone's vault. We're breaking into it now, and
They opened it and went up.
yeah.
And they was like, "We'll be right back."
You get to singing and shit, you get to dancing.
Gerardo, what the fuck, Gerardo?
Hey yo.
But yeah, it was like a point in time to where it was like your mom, your parents would go to work, and then like we just fucking watching TV, bro. Like I was like 6 years old. My mom was started cracking down. Like, all right, you can watch this, you can watch that, like type shit. Like, you can't watch this because like I was a little kid, bro. I would turn on Jerry Springer and watch, and I used to be Jerry.
What was on your do not watch list? Or your mom's do not watch list?
Pretty much like VH1, MTV. I mean, like when I was 6, I didn't really go to these channels anyway. But like if some shit was to like happen, they'd be like, you can't watch this movie.
Yeah.
Type shit. And sometimes they did let me watch a movie if I was with them, but never by myself. Anytime I watched a movie, I had to be with them if it was like some shit. But motherfucking, like once I got like 10, like 11 type shit, it was like, yeah, you can't watch reality TV. You can't watch a Spring Break.
That's what's up though, cause I told you, bro. That's that shit that made me depressed. I'm like, it didn't make no. I'm 12 years old, sitting in the house, like, why am I not on the beach, fucking with bitches?
But the thing is, like, I've seen like when I go to my cousin's house and I go to my brother's house, we can do whatever the fuck we want. So it's like, I see this shit, and it's, if anything, it's like, damn, I'm not on the beach with no bitches, and I can't even watch TV. I can't even watch the shit on TV. It's like, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I still appreciate it. I feel like, cause I didn't have no parental control on shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, I could have watched whatever the fuck I wanted to. So it was like seeing shit like that. Like maybe if I would have went over like Cow House and seen some shit like that, but niggas was in the house like, yep, I don't got no school. I'm just waking up every day, going to VH1 and just watching other niggas have fun. Like that shit was fucking with me. I'm like, bro, this is not lit. This is not. I'm not fucking with this shit. That shit was throwing me off.
Yeah, but like when I look back at it, like I could watch like VH1 or like MTV, but if it was like a reality TV show, you turn the shit off. You cannot watch them.
Nah, but yeah, I wish my parents was doing some shit like that. Cause just even shit like shit like that. That's one thing I know I didn't need to see as a kid. Another thing, I fuck with this movie heavy as shit, but I did not need to see Tales from the Hood as a child. I did not need to see that movie.
Bro, I seen that movie as a kid.
That was one movie I could look back and I was just like, why did my mom let me watch this shit? It's not even the hell shit. It's just like, just the niggas getting shot up, hanging from trees. It's like, come on.
The thing that did it for me with that movie, and I was like, and I was watching this shit and I looked around, I'm like, y'all enjoying this shit? Was like pretty much the dolls. And I'm like, those are fucking voodoo dolls. I'm old enough to know that's voodoo dolls, and that shit not cool, bro. Like, why are we watching this shit? Like,
I feel like today, in the black media that is being produced today, or maybe I should say a couple years ago, maybe like 2 years ago, proves that black trauma or like black vengeance shit just sells. It just sells like, oh yeah, black slave doll fuck some white guy who bought a slave house, like, get them dolls.
yeah, and then that's one thing that I feel like we should talk about. We can like brief this shit now, but we gotta have a deeper conversation with this. Like, just the African American community always, it's like they get something like, let me this is how you know this shit authentic, cause like I don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now.
Gotta throw that shit together on the spot.
So pretty much by us getting taught like slavery and how fucked up shit was happening to us like over and over again every year, like no matter what grade you go in, you want to get reminded every year that you was a slave and these white people fucked you over. And that's some, like I feel like that shit is essential, but at some point it's detrimental, because like look at us now. We are like fucking 60, 70 years removed from people that actually dealt with this shit and actually had first-hand experience. Like all of this shit, not the slavery part, but I'm just talking about like
segregation.
Yeah, like civil rights and shit like that. Like we're 70 years removed, 50 years removed from that, and it's like we can't relate, but we have this sense of like we have to fuck white people. It's like Black history for us was like we learned shit, but we didn't really learn shit. We just was being taught to, man, fuck white people.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, well, I can't say that. I feel like we were being taught shit in our innate young responses.
But that's just our environment that we was in. Like we was in the fucking hood. Like, oh fuck that white motherfucker. Like I heard that so much growing up, bro. And then I like motherfuckers were like call me white. Like bro, like you're not black, you white. Like I don't give a fuck what you saying. You are a white man to me. Like people say that shit to me, bro, like over and over again. So it's like they used to like fuck with me as a kid type shit. So I had to go hard. Like I had to fight pretty much like all the time, because motherfuckers was like, you white, so we gonna fuck with you. We gonna try to like bully you. Then it's like it came to the punch like this nigga's not white. Like I know him now. Like he just beat me up. Like so it's like
working. Show niggas what was good.
I'm like, bro, like what the fuck? But I feel like we just, like you said, that like Black trauma sells, Black victim story sells.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like we haven't learned to live through our own story. We living through every Black person, every Black activist, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman. Like they real life say shit like that to us when we step out of a certain box. What about your ancestors? They died, bro. Well, all due respect, like I respect them and everything they did for you, but I'm living my own fucking life. Like this is my own story. Like I'm not a slave to fucking Martin Luther King fucking dreams, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a slave to Malcolm X or fucking W.D. Boys. Like I'm not a slave to their mentality and what the fuck they had going on. I'm a part of it, and I appreciate what the fuck they did for the future that I'm living now. Like I'm reaping the benefits for everything they did, but it's like that doesn't mean like don't try to better your community or better your race and set them up for the future. But it's like, nigga, like we could think differently. Like
yeah, I feel like in that breath though, it's two different things to peel back. Like there's Black trauma. There's the Black trauma side, and then there's like, cause when I think of Martin Luther King and shit like that, I don't necessarily think of trauma. I just think of like I think of more so tribulations and the strength to get through it. So I feel like there's the trauma part, and then there's like the tribulation part that could be like mistaken as like a, you know, like everything you just said for the most part. And then there's general, cuz I've experienced this throughout my whole life almost, and you could probably chime in on this too. You probably second it. Every single time we was in school and they played like some slavery shit, the kids would get mad. Like even I would feel like a sense of anger. So it's like it's almost a little bit of that perpetuated into
adulthood.
Yeah. So it's like learning about the past is is essential on some Sankofa shit.
Fuck
Go to your past.
Learning about history, the world history, is essential to your life and wherever the fuck you going, because like they said, what the fuck, what's the saying? Like a fool learns from other people's mistakes, and like the smart one learns. I mean, I said fool. Fool learns from their own mistakes, and then like the smart one learns from other people's mistakes, type shit. So it's like history, it repeats itself to a certain extent. So it's like we've documented so many years of history to where like we could understand certain emotions and shit. But that is, it's like a conversation, an argument to be had that emotions are different in this time. Like I was saying, this is the new America, so it's like the emotions that was driving and fueling the countries in the 90s and the early 2000s and the 80s is way different to now. So it's like we entered the safe space in like 2018, 2016 type shit.
I was talking to Keyshawn the other day, just even off the strength of like we was kind of just talking about how army niggas be so fast to get married, and then we kind of took it back to just like that old typical 1950s like niggas really just wanted a single family home and a house and a dog with a wife and some kids. Like that was the dream, to go to work for like some industrial company and nigga I fix cars and I take care of my family.
Yeah.
But that's just generally not the world no more.
No,
that's just like when the variables change, the outcomes do too.
You know, like the world started taking storm when like just anybody's was getting like acknowledgement on social media. Like when a social media star became a thing, it created so many avenues for people to just be like, fuck this. This is what I want to do with my life. Like everybody wants to be the guy. Everybody wants to be head honcho, and it's like you can't. That's not realistic. Like I can feel like I'm my own man, my own boss. I can walk around like an alpha, but if I go in a situation to it's like, all right, Will might be better prepared for me in this, like for this situation. I'm gonna defer to bro. I'm not gonna be like the arrogant asshole to just be like, no, I can do it too. Let me do it.
Yeah.
Like, what about me? It's like, nah, bro. Like, when it comes against some shit done, we all gotta learn that we gotta work together to get shit done. And it's gonna be certain people that ball out, certain people that call out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta fit in when you get in, man.
Right. And the ballers for this situation might be the callers for another situation, and you might be the baller.
Yeah.
Just play your position.
And you might be a baller in one sport, but you in a different sport right now, so you can't ball right now. So it's like, I'm a basketball player, but I'm playing golf.
You mumbling happy feet. Everybody's seeing you tap dancing.
But yeah, bro. That shit crazy. Hold on, we need to watch this fucking video. We need to watch this video. Oh, before we watch this video, how did you feel about the last pod?
That joint was cool. That joint was straight. Shout out to Jose. Thanks for coming through, bro.
Shout out to Jose.
I was lit. I was fucked up off that 12 shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even have that much, but that shit was just like, I finished the podcast and I still had some in my cup. That's how fucked up I was.
Definitely. And matter of fact, I'm gonna just go ahead and add this. Happy birthday to the bro Jose. This shit might be coming out potentially on your birthday, so if you watching this, happy birthday, Mikey. Oh, we gotta watch this shit right here.
nigga. That's glasses, jacket, shirt, man. What you doing, bro? He's supposed to. Hey, she flung the shit out his ass.
Pay for this shit. Hurry up. That nigga said.
That half-hearted bitch. It was like, oh.
Hey, you know what I find like funny, but at the same time, dudes need to take this shit more serious. When a dude is fighting a woman and he's not trying to beat her up or putting his hands on her, he's like asking other dudes for help. I do feel like it's not your place to go put your hand on a female, because in this space you could be in the wrong for even trying to break up the female aggressor in the situation. But it's like, at some point you can't. Let's at least try to get in the middle of it or something like, hey, come on.
I don't give a fuck about no getting in trouble. If somebody is attacking you, you have the right to stop the attack. Now, I'm not saying punch her head off or like knock her teeth out, but there's many ways to stop an attack. You could push somebody, shove someone, just remove yourself from the situation. Cause I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of the videos I see like that, it's like when you could have just walked out, you didn't just walk out. You kind of just stood around and like, somebody get her, bruh.
I mean, to be fair, in this video, it looked like he was heading for the exit and Shawty hit him with the
yeah.
Ooh.
But
I'm not saying like, all right, while they fighting, go be a hero and like, hey, get off him. But I'm just saying like, all right, she already body slammed this nigga, pieced him up a little bit. She's still like, nigga, go pay for this shit. But like, all right, man, like, y'all like chill, like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But as some, like me growing up in the hood, I know like I do not want to deal with that shit. Like that's not my problem. But I do feel like in those situations, it's like he didn't beat her up yet. Soon as he beat her up, you know who getting in trouble.
All the white knights, at least three. What I'm telling you, check every fucking video where a nigga hit a girl back and a bunch of niggas come. It's always at least 3. Always. Bro. The white knights. Why didn't y'all niggas come when she was popping off? Don't come to beat the nigga up if you weren't willing to grab the chick to begin with. Like you not a de-escalator. You just a person. Just
you an instigator.
You just making a bad situation worse.
Like in that case, I feel like the dude's like fighting for honor for the chick. Like, you see what I did for you? I'll fight for you, baby. It's like I don't get it. Like, it's never been a situation to where a woman and a chick is fighting. Like that, I felt like, yo, I haven't seen this shit often, but like every time I have, it's been like on some like boyfriend girlfriend type shit. I'm just gonna go, but I never felt the urge to just be like, hey,
right,
stop. So I get it, but at the same time, it's like, don't be a hero. But
like I said, skateboard P, don't be no hero. I'm not trying to be nobody's hero. Yeah, sure. I'm not trying to be nobody's hero, and don't expect me to be. The only time I'll be a hero is if like I'm out with that person, and that's not even being a hero at that point. You're just kind of doing your duty. Like if you're out with your person or like your siblings or your girl.
So you telling me you'll be a hero for your cousin or your sibling, but if shit man slap your girl ass, you ain't fighting them. You can't be a hero against shit man.
Nah. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Nah, I can't. I'm not fighting shit man. I'm not fighting shit man. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
Just do the turn. Seen that video. That shit back the fuck up. He was like, hello.
It's beginning to look like Christmas.
Sure.
Bro, I became a plant dad today.
Hey, them songs like that.
I became a plant dad.
What is it?
One of them is a white bird. I forget the actual name of it, but it's called a white bird, and then the other one is just like a palm tree.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I gotta get my joints. I killed them last year. I put them outside to get some sunlight, and then it froze overnight. It rained and like froze over.
You sure nobody ain't put soap in it? Hey.
Nah, that shit would have definitely been obvious. Would have watered that shit. Like, what the fuck? I definitely need to get that back. I'm so used to having plants around me. My mom had a big ass dedicated spot for plants.
Yeah, me too. My mom definitely had a bunch of plants.
I always felt like that shit kept our air a little bit cleaner.
But you know, that's like a scientific fact.
Yeah. You know.
Even like the moles and shit that be in the air, like, it would definitely clean that shit up.
Plants like carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
It's the perfect relationship.
Welcome to the family.
Make sure dap a leaf up.
Man. Did you hear about the like the Disney shit that's going on? So probably like a couple episodes ago, we talked about the I forgot the actual name of it because they keep calling it the don't say gay bill, but it's called like the parental.
I remember you mentioning it. What was the parameters though?
Pretty much preventing teachers from pretty much talking about like sexual orientation and like sex education from kindergarten to third grade.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they taking it out of context and calling it like the "Don't Say Gay" bill and trying to make it seem like
propaganda.
People in Florida is banning gays, and then the other thing is like, all right, they don't, if they were hypothetically banning gays, bro, you're only doing it from kindergarten to third grade. Like you got that part. You had the rest of their life to be gay. You mad for 3 years, bro? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. They need to learn their ABCs, not who the fuck they like. Like, come on.
Propaganda. We're hoping you don't read the whole article.
but pretty much a bunch of, by Disney being based in Florida, a bunch of like, not a bunch, but a certain amount of employees that work at Disney felt like Disney didn't do enough to stop this bill or protest it from actually like going on, and they feel like any coworker that agrees with this should be like suspended without pay and like all this big extra shit. And it's just like, and then like I should actually be reading this from the article, but I read an article earlier and I can't remember who it was from. I'm sorry for this.
Telephone.
But yeah, pretty much I guess you could say the conservative people that work at the companies, like, yo, these motherfuckers keep coming up here demanding shit for us to follow rules. We just want them to leave that shit at home. We don't want to like be political at work. Leave all your political ideas and agendas at home, and when you come to work, we gonna get this shit done.
You know what I'm educate children. Yeah, I mean ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
Exactly. Learn how to spell elephant. Like, not who I like this boy or I like this girl. Like, that's not what you should be learning in third grade or kindergarten or first. Even fucking fourth grade, bro. Like, you gradually like learn that shit through the universe itself. Like, just being an adult. Like, it's certain things we need to be taught, like about like reproductive system and like what does well, like even sexually transmitted disease. Yeah, like it's things that we need to learn about with that. We need to learn about health, how to keep like women. They need to learn how to keep their pH balance correct and shit like that. Like that, those things are essential, but not like you can like this person. Like it's like, all right, that was our choices. Like we real life got taught the same thing, and it was still the same choice.
Exactly.
It was never this person has to be with this person. That was never the fucking lesson. It was like these are male reproductive and these are female. But now it's like that you having people transition into other genders. It's offensive to them. And it's like, yo, they're the minority, bro. There's not more transgender male and female on this earth than the actually biological male and female.
Yeah.
And if you can even add in the people that's biologically male and female that identify with something else. You could add the whole LGBT community and whatever the rest like that comes with it. You could add all of them together, and it wouldn't be more people that's just heterosexual humans. Like it wouldn't be more, bro. So it's like
I don't know. I think they need to go back to the drawing board with that one because it's. I feel like the goal and the action just aren't aligning. They just aren't aligning, and that's the thing. Like it's just like you said, they're not. And I don't know. I could every time I talk about this, I say I could be speaking from a point of ignorance because it's not a life I live. But it's like you said, like niggas find this shit out anyways. Like I didn't need somebody to tell me I liked girls. And I'm pretty sure a nigga that like niggas didn't need somebody to tell him he liked niggas, or like just any other way you want to match that shit up.
And then another thing I'm gonna say, if a kid didn't know what the fuck he liked, he eventually figured it out. He didn't need society to tell him, this is what you do, this is what you don't do, because it was gay niggas that we grew up with in fucking middle school. Those in elementary school, it was niggas that actually was like, yo, I'm acting like a girl. Like I remember that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like for them to add the lessons, like we need to learn about this shit. It's like it's really redundant and just wasting our tax dollars at this point. Like we need to learn about financial literacy. How about fucking that? Not genders and all fucking 1,000 genders that it could possibly be. Like you just confusing a fucking kid, bro. Like you adding more shit to the plate that's just unnecessary. Why the fuck should any kid be thinking about their sexual orientation? The best part about being a kid, I'm not gonna say they should be thinking about they shouldn't be thinking about their sexual orientation. Like a kid should know like boy girl type shit. Like you should introduce that, but you shouldn't be like limiting the kid to like certain things. Just let the kid be itself. Like let him grow. You the parent, you interact with him. Like you might have a boy that might be more feminine, that might like the color and draw and shit like that.
Yeah.
But that's saying that's like a feminine trait, but like he don't play sports. He just rather do some artistic shit or read anime or some shit like that. That don't mean that he's less of a man, even though there's a case to be made that, bro, if some shit need to be done, bro, you need to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like nobody's shaming that kid. Like let these kids grow. Let them be the kids of America like you told us we would be. Let them motherfuckers be free. Don't like low key gaslight people into being who the fuck you want them to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that's the thing. And niggas know what they're doing. They're just molding the future the way they want it to be.
Like I can't like just think about growing up as a 16, 17-year-old now.
Yeah.
It's like
no.
As a 16, 17-year-old, I didn't want to be an oddball. Even though I always stayed true to myself, I just didn't want to be the outcast, you know what I'm saying? Like, I related to a lot of people, and I always said what was on my mind. And I made a commitment to myself as a kid, like, yo, stay true to yourself, bro. Like, you are yourself. Like, I remember, like, 5, 6-year-old, like, yo, I don't want to be nobody but you. Like, that's who the fuck I want to be. I want to be Joe Sweet. Like that's who the fuck I want to be. So it's like people are really like growing up to be other people. Like little
twist.
Excuse that motorcycle. But nah, little kids walking around with a fucking ski mask, calling themselves Pooh Shiesty and shit. Like,
it's bad.
It is bad.
Persona.
Bro, no. Actually, like the fucking, the middle schoolers, like nowadays, and like, I guess, high schoolers, NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah.
Infiltrated these niggas' minds.
Hell yeah.
Every young nigga got a uncombed fucking fade, and they all wish they had a dent in their head. I see some niggas try to fucking put fucking
I'm gonna make one.
yeah, put a little makeup, this in their head and shit. Like motherfuckers want to be NBA YoungBoy so bad and just
come to school. I was playing football last week and just get to fabricating shit.
Nigga, throw a rock at my head. Maybe I get one. No, the whole time you come to school with a titty, reverse dent. Nigga had the reverse dent.
Chill, bro. Shit flying on my nose. Fuck.
We gonna put the slow mo. Nigga, buckets gonna be flying.
You don't watch the end of an Osmosis Jones movie.
Bruh, I hate that movie, bro. I fucking hate that movie. That's one movie. I remember in, like him popping that pimple. I turned that shit off. Like, alright, we good.
I like the idea of it though. I like the idea.
The idea of
the
it. The
concept, cool. Yeah, like human body.
I mean, Osmosis.
It's an office.
Yeah, but they made Osmosis Jones like a weak ass nigga. Even though he came through at the end of the day, and it was all over a fucking code.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, nigga, how about fight leukemia or some shit? Like, nigga, like.
Nah, bro.
You made this whole 2-hour movie, the nigga fight a code because somebody coughed at him and he worked at a 9-to-5 job and he hated himself as a middle-aged adult. Like, nigga, you deserve that code, nigga. Fuck yourself, nigga.
They could have kept going with that series. Like every time a new Jones drop, Osmosis Jones, COVID edition.
Yo, that's actually a great idea.
No, for I'm telling you, they could have kept they had the means to keep it going. The storyline, not the storyline, but the baseline of the story makes it possible for sure. For sure, you can make that shit informational and all that. Science teachers play in their rooms. I'm telling you, get with me. I could write a script.
Bro, I remember I was playing this Elmo game on a PlayStation 1. I originally was playing GTA Vice City. Right?
And deliberately switched to Elmo.
No, I was just having fun. And then my dad came in and was like, you always playing, like, you keep playing this game. He asked me, like, a math question or some shit. And then, like, I'm like, I just said anything. and I think I forgot the actual question he asked me. And, like, I knew what the fuck he asked me. And I could have just easily answered it, but I was being so, like,
man.
all the dopamine was pumping in my brain. Like, I'm killing people, I'm getting money.
He
like,
just got thrown in the cast iron. Just
yeah, and then he was like, turn this shit off. And then it's like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? And then, like, we played a little Elmo game, bro. And they like, I'm just trying to get this shit over with. I'm like, I'm not trying to use any brain power. I don't know if I was just scared that I'm gonna get my ass whooped and I was nervous or like, I don't know what the fuck. I just was like guessing. I didn't try it. I just got my ass whooped. He's like, oh, you wanna play GTA, but you don't know your fucking alphabet, so you wanna do this. I was like, ah. was like, no.
I ain't gonna hold you. Looking back on shit like that as a kid, I'd be disappointed in myself. I'd be like, bruh.
You could have avoided that ass whooping, G.
I was young as shit. Like I used to realize 3rd grade. I never did my homework, and every single day my teacher would make me write. I did my homework for the whole recess block, and I just come to school the next day without any homework and just do the same thing again. And it just became like it wasn't even a punishment. It just became something I did. Like
so 3rd grade, you didn't have recess.
Yeah, I did. I didn't go to recess 3rd grade. Miss Royal Hall made us write. I would write my homework over and over.
I'm not gonna hold you. Third grade for me was an amazing year because I went to 2 schools. So like I started off at a new school at Lake Arbor, and then they was like bugging, like geeking, like on some like preppy shit. So my mom was like, "All right, you going back to C Pleasant?" So it's like recess at Lake Arbor was like the fucking dream, and then recess at C Pleasant was like, I got 2 girlfriends. So I'm sorry you missed out on 3rd grade recess, bro.
It's so good.
I mean, hey, you could have missed out your fucking junior year of high school.
What you mean?
I got kicked out of school, bro.
Oh.
I didn't get to go to school with my peeps. I went to alternative school. And you know what's crazy? I had got like straight A's in that game, bro.
I can't feel the alternative.
It was like when you take all the distractions away from me in school, it was nothing to do but the work.
Yep.
It was nothing to do but the work.
That's how that should be.
Even though it was like chicks in that school that was like crazy about me. Like it was even like this one drink that was trying to beat up other girls that said something to me, and like I didn't even hit any of these drinks. Like I never like.
Don't talk about him.
But not like on some like they talking shit about me. Just like, hey Joseph.
Yeah.
What the fuck you talking to him for? Like type shit like that. And I'm like, yo, like I didn't hit any of these chicks, bro. Like. But they all love the kid.
Duck.
Goose. Hey. You know what we should do? On our 20th episode.
What?
Actually, let's do the 50th episode. We all gotta we can do like some type of activity. Like some type of challenge, and there gotta be some type of winner.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Or we could just call some strippers over.
That sounds fun too.
Bands will make good dance. Bands will make good dance. All these heads popping pussy, I'm just popping in. Oh, I didn't even say this shit right. All these bitches popping pussy, I'm just popping bands. Is that even a song? I'm LeBron James right now.
Hey yo, who song did he post the other day? Like, yeah, bro, that jump crazy. In the screenshot, the jump was all the way down. It was like, nigga, you not even listening to the song. You got paid for the promotion.
We gotta go find out.
I wish. I forgot who posted that shit.
That nigga LeBron be. That nigga be funny as shit.
My man was like, yeah, this jump crazy. Y'all go listen.
He wasn't even listening to this shit.
I seen this shit so long, it was gonna be so hard to find in this moment. Album out now, yes sir.
Oh, the volume was out all now. Hey, you know what's crazy? Kim Kardashian did the same shit to Kanye. Like she posted his album and was like, go get this shit like when Donna first dropped, and the volume was down, and then she posted Drake's ring and the volume was up.
It was bad.
And it was like, where's your PR? What the fuck is the PR?
It's almost like those. I forgot the story, so I can't say any specifics. But someone was hired. Someone was hired ultimately to like be a brand ambassador for an Android phone. I can't say which Android phone it was because I don't remember. But they were like tweeting like, "Oh yeah, I love this phone so much." Da 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 da. And then the shit would say sent from iPhone. Yeah, it was just like you capping ass. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, bro, that had to be Pusha T, bro.
They got her together though. They was like yeah, you gotta actually use the phone. You can't just. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like switching back to an Android at this point, it will definitely be maybe like a 2 day learning curve, but I think there's a lot of features that it offers that I would just, because I've been with these for so long. Maybe it's just what? I've had an iPhone since like 11th grade, but like that was on some shit like I'm carrying an iPhone that's off and I have a real phone that's like a flip phone or some shit like that.
Majority of people came up like that. It was like, alright, I don't got an iPhone, but I got an iPad or an iPod or some shit like that.
I can use iTunes if I got Wi-Fi. Yeah, those was the days when I got that job and I was like, yeah, I got some emails, spreadsheets, I'm checking it all.
Bro, what if like you meet this badass joint, right? You like, man, Shawty's my type, bro. Shawty's my type. You get the number.
Alright.
And then you get like a text message like, hey, it's me from the gas station or whatever you met at. And then at the bottom, it's in parentheses and it say, sent from text now.
It all started off as a meme. That whole like.
This is a meme?
Nah.
Oh,
Just the idea of like, green bubble, like.
No, I'm just talking like. So, if you had an iPad or like.
I get what you're saying. No, I was just elaborating.
Okay,
like,
okay, alright.
There's something about unofficial means of communication that's just like I ain't gonna hold you. If I got a text from you now, I might not even respond, bro. I might not even respond. I ain't even gonna hold. Depending on how you said she bad as shit though.
Yeah, like this is my type. Like I can't wait to take Shawty out. Attention, like she hits you with the text free now.
I have to at least see like. I give her just because she just my type. Like if it was just a regular jump or like.
And then you like yo like FaceTime and then she FaceTime and then say some at iCloud.com. She FaceTiming off her email, bro.
Alright, I'm gonna say. See, at that point, it's just like at our age, it's like, why are you using that?
Drag her out.
It's like, why are you using that? Come on, like you should at least have a green bubble, like at least an official phone. At that point, it's just like
that motherfucker gonna show up great. That nigga gonna show up great. It's gonna be a fucking gray bubble and shit.
Chill.
At one point in time, it was like that. Like,
I was just about to say that shit. I think it was on some gray and blue shit. Cause I was definitely using it. I was using text now heavy at a point in time. That was definitely me.
You know what's crazy? By me sending a dick pic at like fucking 4th grade or some shit, my mom blocked texting from my phone, so I couldn't text until I graduated.
Oh, for real? Chill.
Yeah. So like, if you wanted to text my phone, you couldn't text me because my mom knew I would send a dick pic to your daughter.
You know what's crazy? I was going through my Gmail the other day, and I found like a thread of our Google Chats, and I was like, we was using Google Chats heavy at a point in time.
You at the TDC? meet me at the gazebo.
Nah, for real.
Bro, I need to go back there and try to capture that shot that we was trying to capture on like fucking 1 megapixel camera and type shit. Remember that shit?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what phone I had at the time. Or like what era was that? That was Android era?
Definitely Android. I had an Android.
Yeah. I had that
But I
little
also
BlackBerry
had the iPhone.
Blackberry
But it was
jump.
all. Everybody had the iPhone. That was all, bro. Like,
Hell yeah.
it was essential. And then,
Especially when I started working at the TC. I had so many iPhone 4s. It just got to a point where I felt like Iron Man, like, oh, time to take the screen off this one, and the iPhone 4s, I really appreciate those because you could really take it apart to the point where it was just a metal casing. Like, you could take the speakers out, you need new speakers up. In this one.
that was the phone that Apple was like, maybe we should pull it back.
Yeah.
And then like the iPhone 5 was like, you can customize it, but it's hard to pull this part off type shit. Like, it's like, bro.
That was good times. I want to say they should bring that back, but there's no fucking way that shit is ever coming back ever again. Ever. Maybe it's some post-apocalyptic shit when you gotta come for the parts.
But I mean, but even then, like, they making it to where it's like the only way. So like, alright, if you was to try to go on a Mac Mini right now, the motherboard is
it's soldered onto the shit. Like, I was gonna say at that point you gotta know how to solder shit. That's a skill I never learned how to do in my field.
How far have you came like on Lumix?
On who?
Like Lumix.
Lumix.
Yeah.
What's that?
The fucking software type shit. Lumix.
Linux?
Linux. I said
oh,
Lumix.
I'm like, what the fuck is Lumix? I'm thinking about some like game company or some shit.
I said Lumix.
Boy, not even past like the shallow water. Like not even past. I probably know how to use the command prompt.
So you haven't got to installing and uninstalling apps?
Nah.
I learned that shit and I totally forgot.
Yeah, but
that's one of the, I say Lumix. I should have fucking forgot if I fucking remember calling it Lumix and shit. Linux, it definitely is Linux and shit because Linux motherfucking yeah, like that's one thing that you gotta keep doing. Bro.
Yeah. Yeah, nah. It's like if you master that software or that operating system, there's so many jobs you could get. There's so many jobs you could get. Cause it's open source.
Yeah, cause like when I was like learning this shit, it took me a while, and then I learned how to uninstall and install an app or a certain particular app in Linux. So it's like that's the only thing I was able to do. Other than that, it's like, bro, like being able to do that shit, it really take discipline and like will.
Yeah, no. I always think about it, but I just don't have any incentive to do it. Like, yeah, if I picked it up at this point, it'll almost be a useless skill. Cause although I am in the tech world, it's just like in my specific like space in the tech world that just doesn't have anything to do with what I'm doing. But hey, I basically gotta go through college again, so maybe that might be on the curriculum. I switched my majors.
These niggas look sus as shit.
Yeah. it's the shoulder neck grab. It's like
it's the light in his face. Look like he crying. Like if his hand went right there, I would think he grabbing his butt.
Chill.
Nah, though.
Yeah, low key.
Oh, this nigga like he gets sexually assaulted right now.
I did the nigga from Power.
Yeah, that's a nigga from Power and the nigga from
I'm not watching none of that shit.
Nah, me either. I'm so glad. I'm so glad for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucking. I didn't like. You know what the start of binging shit was? It was fucking Empire, bro. I'm not gonna say binging, but like the fact that like people was like, we gonna tweet about this show and we gonna watch it together on the internet every fucking week.
Yeah,
it was Empire, bro, and I'm so fucking glad I I miss that shit.
That's a good example of like a metaverse community or some shit. Like niggas real life, like getting excited, reading other people's tweets, like, oh yeah, me too.
You know, crazy. That's a good segment.
Boosie Live was another good one.
I personally never watched Boosie Live or anybody live for that. I don't watch people live, bro. Like I might join my brother live and call him ugly or some shit, and call him my big toe or some shit. But like, other than that, like I don't. If you on live, I don't click on that shit.
I ain't gonna hold you. Before the pandemic, I don't watch people live. Like you said, like maybe personal people just see what they doing in that moment. But my man Boosie.
Put your pussy on live, Put it on live,
That shit was lit. I can't even hold you. That shit felt like, and I can't even lie. I felt that sense. Like I put the phone down, it'd be a girl like pulling her top up or like shaking her ass, and I put the phone down just get to start rolling up and shit like I'm in a party or some shit.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Maybe at that point, that's what I needed, because when COVID like first started, like this shit happened like around my birthday, so it was kind of like your birthday. It could even be like a depressing or like a really exciting time, and it's just like the world, like literally the world shut down right before my birthday, and it's like I had plans, and it's like,
yeah.
this shit is not happening, and then it's like the fate of the world was just in question. It was just like, we don't know. Like anybody you ask, we don't know. It was like,
you know, it's so funny to think back to them times when people would be like, yeah, we're gonna get back to the norm in 5 months.
Was it supposed to be a 15-day quarantine?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
15 days turned into fucking 700 and fucking 60. No, actually it would be 70. 670 fucking days. It took, well, actually longer than that, because they realized just start chilling on this shit like late February.
Yeah, and they just started to talk about like, well, we don't have to statewide. The mandate is gone, but businesses that can create their own set of rules, they're starting to let go of it too. So
yeah, definitely. New York just lifted their private sector mandate, meaning like any private businesses, like they don't have to mandate a vaccine. New York and LA was on some nut shit.
I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I went to Kava today, and shawty that was handling the food didn't have a mask on, and it was just like,
you went right there by the like Wilmore or some shit, like by the Wegmans.
Yeah.
I know exactly. She was skinny.
Nah.
She was fat.
She wasn't fat, but she wasn't skinny. She was like,
bro, honestly, bro, like
chub.
It's like if I see people without their mask now, a part of me is like, bro, get the fuck away from me. But the other part of me like, bro, long as you don't got COVID, give me them germs, bro. I need my immune system to keep building.
For me, it just kind of depends on the place. Like I said, for some reason, like her not having that mask on, handling the food was like.
You think if you just like made out with her, you'd just be comfortable with everything?
If I was to just like when you say that, it depends on the scenario. Like reach over the counter and just make out with her,
just be like, damn, the way you putting that fucking lemon herb tahini sauce on my motherfucking bowl, and you just start kissing it. Like, you think that would make you feel more comfortable? Like, damn, you got like thick. Kava.
I want to say just on some sunken cost fallacy shit. Like I kissed her with like already met the source. Like of course I'm gonna eat this food, but it's like I wouldn't even do something like that.
Maybe you should start doing that. Maybe you should start doing that. If you scared that the chick
funny as shit.
If the chick got COVID, or even the guy, you can't discriminate, bro. It's 2022, bro. Like, You gotta be non-binary now, bro. Like, fuck that shit. You gotta be non-binary. You gotta kiss that person, bro. You make out with them.
Nah, it's gonna.
And you go about your business.
That's gonna fuck niggas up.
That's gonna make it like a COVID STD.
Yeah. Everything
Just
gonna
imagine.
spike. Fucking herpes gonna spike. COVID, flu, herpes.
A COVID
everything.
STD. Oh my god. Just imagine that, like your dick catch COVID.
Your dick sick.
2 week covers. Symptoms might go away in 5 days.
That should probably feel terrible. Just even thinking about like trying to imagine how a sick dick.
Hey, bro, get the fuck out of here. Nigga got COVID balls. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey.
That was funny.
That should probably feel terrible.
Yeah. But you know what else will feel terrible, bro?
Just that.
Getting beat up by a nigga and his girl. Look at this shit. She get the beating up through the fucking moon roof.
Nah, for real. Ride together. Die together. It's Will and Jada like shit.
She a real one too. So
You slapped him?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He a blood. Look at his drawers.
He tweaking. I would've never the car with that nigga.
My thing is like watching this video. Who car is this? Well, unless he was like faking outside his car, and he got beat up, like ambushed, and he's like jumped in his passenger seat, like.
Just try.
But listen to the song. Listen to the song and shit. Break you off or something.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, I still can't even hear what these niggas yelling.
Hey, you know one song that was never cool then and not cool now?
What's that?
Shawty got them apple bottom jeans,
And
boots with the fur. No, bitch. If you had apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur, why you in Miami? Why you in the club and everybody looking at you?
Should've got low.
She got out of there because everybody
Like
looking at
shit.
you like, bitch, what the fuck you got on? You got boots with the fur in the club and you dropping it like it's hot?
I don't know. I feel like I wasn't in the club, but I feel like at a certain point in time that shit might have been hot.
Stinky boot ass
That
bitch.
shit might have been hot. I feel like it's a bunch of bitches that wear that shit though that could just easily fall into like the lopsided Ugg boot category.
But no, like when you definitely lopsided Ugg boot is a thing. But like when you think about it, all the girls that wore baby fat or like apple bottom was pregnant at 15 or 16. Like I like the chicks that used to come in there with the baby fat hoodie, like the jacket, the winter coat. Them bitches got pregnant.
They did though. I want to say you slicing it, but I feel like that's true. I don't know if it's just me, just like.
and the niggas that got them pregnant had an Echo shirt, a fucking Fat Farm, or a Sean John shirt, bro. Or they had like the USPA. Yeah, USPA.
Assassin.
US Polo Assassin. We coming for you, Polo. We gonna kill you. I never understood the assassin part. Like, why is this assassin?
Hey, that shit got sound. That shit it's probably not assassin. It's probably something else. But when I see it, it's just assassin. The ninja on a horse.
It's like the same thing as like ginger ale. Like people say ginger ale.
Yeah.
When it's pronounced ginger ale, or like aromatic.
I gotta look it up now. I have to know.
Like you know like what aromatic is, right?
Oh no, what you mean?
So like the word aromatic is pronounced aromatic, but like people instead of pronouncing the O, the aromatic, they say aromatic. They don't say aromatic.
Well, I thought those were two different words. I could be wrong. I gotta look that up now. Oh shit! I guess it's not a word. Aromatic. Yeah.
So like aromatic is pretty much aromatic. Yeah, let me get those aromatic. Nah, nigga, it's aromatic, motherfucker. You black nigga.
It's the Caribbean. Say Caribbean.
But you know what's crazy?
That's the one that be blowing me.
With Caribbean?
Yeah.
So you prefer Caribbean?
Yeah, that's how I pronounce it.
Like nigga, this ain't no fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. But nah, it was. I realized I was about to wreck my teacher one day, bro. I'm like, bro, like, I was saying Iceland, and she was like, it's not pronounced Iceland. The S is silent. It's pronounced island. And I'm like, you can say island, but you can say Iceland. And she was like, no, you can't. And I'm like, why the fuck do it got an S in it? You got island, you got Iceland.
It's spelled right here. Don't you see that S?
You told me sound the word out. Like, nigga, what the fuck? I'm just like, how you wanna sound the word out, and then like that was like the ultimate like.
Hey, the fuck over.
Yeah, it's like you
sound the word out. Then he starts showing you words like phone and shit. PHONE. Like, hold up. You just told me to sound this shit out.
But when you put a P with an H, it creates a fuck. And it's like, bro, alright, I'm done with this shit. that's when school I was just like, show me the money.
I'll never forget. I think it was like second grade. And we had a spelling bee. And my teacher was like, spell no. And it's not an O. And I was like, what? How are you supposed to spell no without an O?
You know what's crazy? The first time they got pulled on me, I looked at the bitch and I was like, and it's not N-O.
That was like first grade actually.
It was second grade for me. It was like second grade for me, and I was just like K-N-O-W, like, what the fuck? But
she said that shit, I was like,
what do you mean, yes? Why yes? No?
the fucking
nigga start spelling yes. Hey,
I don't know. That's back when we didn't have to wear uniforms too. Good times.
I'm still mad at Ghost and making us look like fucking ugly ducklings and shit.
What you mean?
Them green shirts, bro.
Yeah.
It was so uncalled for. It's like, nigga, why do we got green shirts?
Yeah, that shit was kind of out there.
We want to separate the 7th grade from 8th grade. It's like, y'all did a bad job handling these kids prior years, so you try to distinguish them. Like, nigga, just do your fucking job, bro. Don't make me wear green shirts, bro. And then when you try to get a cool lime green, this is not uniform. It's like, it has to
anything
be
you did, a little
ugly duckling. It has to be
forest green.
Fuck out of here.
No lime green. Had to have the collar. I remember there was like no logos. Then they allowed logos, but there was like it gotta be like the tiny logo, like the one that's the size of a dime.
You can have the fucking quarter, the $5 bill polos.
Now them shirts used to crack.
Nah, they did though. I be wanting to buy some so bad, but it's like the shoes that I have, I'm not gonna make the same mistakes twice. I'm not gonna wear fucking 96 Flight Air Zooms with a polo shirt. I'm not gonna do the same shit, bro. Not again. Fuck no.
Live and learn.
You live and you learn. Definitely. Trying to wrap it up, bro.
Yeah, man. Great talk.
This episode definitely went by pretty fast. I feel like we definitely passed the hour mark.
For sure. Maybe, shit, if I had to guess, I'd probably say like an hour 15, hour 10.
That's exactly what I was about to say, hour 15.
Yeah.
You want to bet on it? How low?
This nigga always trying to bet. I'm not trying to bet. I'm not trying to bet. I already owe you like 12 Cardano. How much is it? 16? But that's another episode 6. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for fucking with us. Have a good night. Sun got out.
Hey, Hasbullah is king.